This is the Iron Trader, and this is Midday Trading. So today we're going to take a look here at natural gas and at crude oil. Now remember, this is a shortened week. There's only 4 days here. Today is the last day. Tomorrow's Good Friday, which is the holiday, and the markets are closed. Also, very important to know that today is the end of the month and also the end of the quarter. So usually when you have that, today is going to be pretty much flat to down. But then the new month, when the new month starts here, new money pours in. Okay, so always remember that new month, new quarter, money comes in the situation. Okay, let's get started. This video is for information purposes only. Not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, here we have natural gas, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, today what we did is we put in a lower low. Okay, it went bottom below this 1.706. And obviously below this 1.71. And now what we're stuck with here is an indecision candle. Okay, you see that? Indecision candle. So on a closing basis today, you really want to close above this 8 SMA at 1.717. Reason being is this, okay? When you have all this rise and it comes right into that 8 SMA, look what happens. Comes right off. Right in there, stops at dead in its track. So if we can get that close above, okay, for the week here today, which is the last day, that would be very, very bullish. And then we can maybe have a possible, run to the upside here. Okay, so that's what we're looking for today. For that there, and then right below it here, we have 1.705. Now today, the low was 1.686. Okay, so just look at all the numbers up here. You have your high, your low, your closing. Okay, so here what we have, your low is 1.686. Now, it did not fill this gap. See, this gap here, the top of this is 1.675. So when we gapped here up on this contract roll, I pointed out, I says, watch the bottom of that candle, 1.775. There's your gap, and then there's your fill at 1.675. Now, today, it did not close that gap. I wish it would have. That would have been a lot better. But anyway, here's what you want to watch today. You want to watch this 21-day, 1.71. We want to watch this 1.70, and then we want to watch today's low. That's 1.686. If that's lost, then we can maybe head for that gap at 1.675. Now below it, this is that 1.64 area. Very, very nice, very, very good support. Comes all the way off the top of that candle there. Okay, now again, if that's lost, you have 1.58. That is going to be your target, which was your Friday's low. Now again, obviously that loss, you look to the bottom of that candle, 1.67, and then you have 1.52 here, okay? But right now, you got a pinball action between the 8 SMA here and this 21 SMA. So on the upside, you really need to get back above this 1.762. Very, very key. You really need to get it back above it. If you can, then we look to yesterday's high. That's at 1.789, and then we look right here on top of here with 1.83. Again, a close above that. Your target is going to be 1.941, and then we have your 2.0. That's what we're looking for here on on the upside. Now, always remember I talk about these gaps in this fill. So if this could get running, always look here to the top of this candle. This is that 2.168. That's the top, the highest point. There's your gap, and then all the way up here at 2.42, the bottom of that candle, there's your fill. Okay, so always keep that on your back burner if we can get this thing running. Now, so far today, it was a really good trade. Now, I didn't trade KOLD here at all. It just opened up high, and it just kind of like went higher, and then it came down. But I did scalp the UNG. The UNG was a good scalp. The reason I scalped it is because it went back above this 8 SMA. Now, in pre-market, UNG got as low, I believe it was 411. Now, I didn't get that low. I got in there at 1411. I got in at 1420. I just put it in there for an even number, and then I got out at 1460. Okay, so I got 40 cents there on the trade. Okay, so now I didn't get the high either. The high got as high as 1475. But as a trader, don't worry about buying the bottom and selling the top. I got that 40 cents of meat in the middle, with 5,000 shares. Okay, so that was really good trade here so far. So now I'm going to see how this all going to shake out here. If we can hold this key 8 SMA here, and if we can hold this key 8 SMA here on your daily chart, that's going to be very, very critical. If we can't, then we're going to be looking for that 1.675. That's what we're going to be looking for here. And then if that's lost, we have that 1.589 retest. I just wish that gap would have been filled. It would have been good. But right now, we've got that ping pong action between your 8-day and your 21 SMA here. Now, your RSI looking good here. Your MACD is your green is above your red, showing that there's positive momentum. This one here hasn't went over yet here, but still looking, not too bad. The key is if you can close above this 8 SMA here, then we can just start looking at all the tops of these candles, and then your big target is going to be that 2.0, which is right here. Okay, let's look at an hourly and a 4-hour chart. Okay, here we have your hourly chart and we have your 4-hour chart. Now you can see here that this gap is not filled. Now we got as low here as that 1.686. That's today, okay? But you really need to get all the way down here to that 1.675. If not, you're going to come all the way down to this fill, which is 1.649, okay? So you have possibilities here to go lower. Now, I don't like this red candle going on here because now you're right into all that resistance. But again, if we can get above that, then we have nice targets up here. So what you want to do next, if you can get a rise here, you're looking at 1.746, 1.764 all the way here, and then maybe possibly start coming all the way up to these price channels and maybe a retest of 1.83. But realistically, see that 1.76 level, that 21-day on the daily chart, that is very, very critical here, okay? So right now here, we just have a sideways action. You didn't fill any of the gaps, and we're kind of basically sideways. However, you are above those key 8 SMA simple moving averages, which is very, very positive going forward. Now, we have to take a look here on how it's going to shake out here for the day. Okay, that's going to be very, very key with the UNG here. Now, Boyle, I don't have any really interest in taking it down unless shorting or buying that, unless we can lose those 8 SMAs here. Then it might be a scalp here at the end of the day here. But UNG was a really good trade here so far, so we got to see if that's going to keep on rolling here. Okay. All right, let's take a look here at crude oil. Okay, crude oil. Now, we're holding this nice bottom right here, okay? See? So I was pointing out this box here, and then the higher box, and now we have a real higher box here. So as long as we hold this area right here, okay, the bottom of that candle is 80.30. Very, very good, okay? So I'm long from yesterday. Okay, now I won't, natural gas, I go out flat. I don't have any confidence in that way, one way or the other, okay? Because natural gas always gives you a shot to get in like the UNG did today. It came down low enough, but then it popped up there really nice. Now, crude oil, I will take it, and especially yesterday was great because, see, you put in a low of 80.55 here, but you didn't even get bound to the bottom. You didn't even get down to this 20 to 1 day. So this is showing me that we got another trading range here. Okay, so now we had a high today of 82.80, which is basically a little bit above this 82.65. That's very, very good. But this is what we're worried about here on the upside, this 83.10. You need to blast above that if you can. Okay, that is going to be very, very crucial because you look at the top of that candle, that's at 83.12, so it's lining up very nice. If we can, here's going to be your target. Then next level, oil's going is 85.30. That's going to be your target. And then you after that, you got 87.83, and then we have 88.28, and then right here is the target that we're looking for. This is going to be 89.85. Come right straight across here. That will be an uptight, but it's all going to depend on that key 100 SMA here, okay? So I'm going to see at the end of the day here how this is all going to shake out. Now, on the downside, what you want to watch is this 8 SMA here. This is that 81.65, very, very crucial level, okay? Now, again, if that's lost, we can come down to today's low. That was 81.52. And then we have this candle here at 81.22. And then we want to go to yesterday's low at 80.55. And then we have your 21-day at 80.22. Okay, so you have really good support levels. But see this 50 SMA? Beautiful. 21-day, beautiful. 8-day, now that 8-day is not only just flattened out, but now she's rising up here. Very, very nice here. Now, the key, I say, is going to be this 100 SMA. If you can get above that, okay, then we have shots at going up much, much higher. So I'm going to see how this is all going to shake out today. But I say I'm long that UCO there. So that's a really, and I actually scalped just a little bit there today. Not much, only 2,000 shares that I scalped. but I'm still holding on to, was it 7,500 shares? Okay, so we're looking here pretty good on the oil trade right now. The key is holding that 8 SMA here on a closing basis, and then all these levels here on a closing basis, which actually right now is looking really good. Now, again, Russia just cut their oil production again, so I just think they want to looking for $100 on Brent, which would take this up in that 95 area here pretty easy, okay? Which is all the way up here at that 95.03. So we got to be very, very careful. Plus, you're coming into summer driving here. So today, what we want to watch on the upside is this 83.10. What's going to happen if it gets up in that area, okay? And on the downside, watch that 81.65. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here after the pit close, and we will go a little bit more in depth on crude and on natural gas. All right, thanks for watching.